Good afternoon and welcome to our Key Stage 4 transition event for our Year 9 students. We're delighted that you've taken the time to watch these videos to find out a little bit more about the process that your son or daughter will be undertaking over the next few months. As your child leaves Year 9, they'll now be moving into Years 10 and 11, which we call Key Stage 4. Key Stage 4 is the point at which your child will sit their GCSE exams, their first formal assessment since they were in Year 6 and they took their Key Stage 2 SATs. In Year 9, we do not do formal exams, but we do offer children the opportunity to start to select some of their subjects that they will carry on with into GCSE. But Key Stage 4 is about more than just those exams and those GCSE subjects. It's the opportunity for these young people to be the top of our school, to be ambassadors, to be role models and take on leadership roles. And I look forward to, during the summer term of Year 9, seeing some of the children apply to be part of our Head Teachers Council. There continues in Key Stage 4 to be a wide variety of extracurricular events. This might be sports teams and clubs, it might be different societies, or it might be getting involved with learning more about some of the option choices for young people as they move into sixth form. We want all of our young people to embrace this next stage of their learning. We want to help them be equipped when they move on to post-16 and they leave FRAM. What we want them to do, though, is to make informed choices in these next few months so that they are ready for the GCSEs that they take. There's a huge team supporting your son and daughter over the next few months. They'll have Mr Keogh and Mrs Kirkpatrick as their directors of learning, and they will be supporting this process. In addition, they'll have their tutor. Their tutor knows them well, and for the majority of young people, they've had the same tutor since they were in Year 7, and that person will be able to provide advice and guidance. There'll also be some lessons during PSHE and inform time with activities to help the children understand different career options and pathways open to them. We have Mrs Gray, who's our Independent Careers Advice and Guidance Officer, and she will be, for those students who request it, doing individual one-to-one interviews. For most students, these happen when they're in Year 10 and 11 and they're looking at their post-16 options, but if your child feels that they need some support now in choosing their GCSEs, they just need to book in an appointment. There's also another package of support in this transition process. We have these videos, we have the options booklet, we have parents' evening, we have a live question and answer event, and we have the options form that children need to submit to make their options choices. All of this information is here for you to help make sure that this next step of the process goes as smoothly as possible. At any time, if you have any questions, please be in touch with myself or any one of the team who can help you make sure that your son or daughter has a positive experience in choosing their GCSE options and moving from Key Stage 3 to Key Stage 4. I'll now be handing over to Mr Keates, and he's going to talk to you a little bit more about how to make a good choice for those GCSE subjects, and then it will be over to Mr Edwards, and Mr Edwards will be talking about the process that we follow when it comes to allocating those GCSE options. Many thanks for your time and thank you for listening.
Hello, and thank you to Mrs Arnold for all the information there about Key Stage 4. I'm Mr Keates and the member of LT in charge of looking at curriculum. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to make really good choices in terms of your GCSEs. So as your child prepares to choose their GCSE options, it is worth just going over how the grading works. According to the national measures, a grade 4 and above is the equivalent to an old GCSE grade C, in other words, a pass. What this means is there are more grades at the upper end, with a grade 9 now being better than an old A star, reserved for the very best GCSE results. Students should consider the subjects they are successful in, along with thinking about the subjects that they enjoy. So grades are part of this conversation, but they are not the only part. This is an opportunity for students to focus in greater depth on the subjects they are interested in. If they like talking about the subject, read or watch about it, then these are all signs that they should give the subject serious consideration. They're going to have to work harder on it, spend time revising and learning, all of which will be easier if they enjoy it. They need to look carefully at the kind of work involved in that subject at GCSE to ensure they are not disappointed by their choices. This is through the options booklet and conversations with their teachers. It is also good to speak to students they may know in older years to find out more from the student's perspective. So these are all good reasons for choosing subjects at GCSE. Whether they are subjects that you enjoy learning about and want to know more, subjects you feel you understand and feel that you could do well at, and subjects where it's important for future career choices and your educational steps. So while there are lots of really good reasons to choose subjects, there are some less good reasons. And year on year, we see some students who choose subjects for the wrong reasons. One of these could be that your friends are doing that subject and you want to be with them. That can never be guaranteed, so you could well end up being disappointed. And the classroom is not a social space. Secondly, you want to be taught by a certain teacher. That also can never be guaranteed, and you have to keep your options open. Finally, you think it'll be an easier choice and you won't have to work as hard. All GCSEs require hard work. So make sure you know what you are signing up to. This is a commitment you have to stick with for the next 2 years. So it's good to be informed about the kind of work that's going to be involved in that subject so you don't get any surprises. In January, we will be training all staff to use a platform called Unifrog. The staff will then be working with the students in Year 9 to use Unifrog. Unifrog will help you navigate and find out more about post-16 and other university courses. This can inform your choices with your options in January and February, so you know your future steps and what you need to do now to ensure that you can take the options you want when you are post-16 and university. So, as you look forward towards your choices next year, remember that while the end result is important, what you learn along the way is valuable. Not just the content, new knowledge and skills in that subject, but also being able to organise yourself, motivate yourself, overcome challenges and deal with pressure. We hope you enjoy the journey and make the best choices for your future.
Hello, my name is Mr Edwards and I'm the Deputy Head Teacher of the school. And on this slide I'm going to talk to you about how we generate students' decisions they make in January, February for options to the timetable they get in September 2021. So firstly, parents and carers who have had children move through the school in previous years will remember that the green form was filled in and then that was returned back to school. We're not using the green form this year, we're going to use Microsoft Forms. So students will select 6 subjects in rank order. Number 1, their most popular subject, the subject they want to do highest priority 3 to 6. Once we've got that, we'll be able to then look at our option blocks and start to look at timetables for the students. We also have to look at allocated places. So it's worth noting that some of our subjects, so the technology subjects and art, we can only have limited numbers due to health and safety, and unfortunately there are students each year who opt to do it and we're unable to offer it. We always try to accommodate where we can, but we also look at students' attitude and application. So if they're selected to do a particular subject, what has been their attitude and application in year 7, 8 and 9, and whether they should be selecting that subject to do it for GCSE. 2 other subjects I'd like to talk about also, which will be information will be on the options form, is in Key Stage 4 all students will be doing 4 hours of core PE. If you select GCSE PE, you will do another 5 hours on top of that. But if students would like to do GCSE dance as another GCSE, then they will do that instead of core PE. And that is with Mrs Taylor, and that's been running for a number of years and always been very successful. So that will be instead of core PEs when they will select the GCSE dance, and they will follow a programme, a mixture of practical and theory. The other area we're looking at is further maths at GCSE, and there will be expression of interest on the form. This will run alongside other GCSEs, but will be done as a period 6 lesson with our maths department. So that information will be on the form when we get it, or when you guys get it. The option process starts to begin in January. You will receive, before then you will receive the department breakdown pack. But then what we're going to be looking at is I will send a video on how to select your subjects on the option form, and then the next stages, so we can keep you in the loop. But a video will follow around end of January, start of February. Okay, thank you so much.